Vine moved the book in her hand towards the other side, away from her husband, as she was seated on his lap. When he tried to take it back, she placed her finger on his forehead, stopping him right there. Vine, were you lying to me, Mr. Jungkook? Jungkook, I was not. A man can forget. I read the book. Vine, you should know the answer then. And you want me to believe that you forgot something? Sure. Jungkook, ask me another thing. Vine, okay. What's the name of her first plushie she received on her third birthday? Jungkook, the book is so complicated with all the murder and turning points, and you want me to remember a stupid toy's name? Unbelievable. Vine, just say you were lying. Jungkook, Lord, save me, he whispered, and she pinched his cheek. He stood up, keeping her in his arms, and threw her down over the bed and hovered above her, pinning her hands. Jungkook, how about we make a princess? I promise I'll remember the name of every plush toy. He smirked and kissed her, which she returned, as he entangled his fingers in her hair. Once the two pulled back, he took her in his arms and laid beside her. He knew she wanted to complete her studies before becoming a mother, and he was completely fine with that. He was her biggest supporter. A smile itself appeared on her lips as she snuggled in his embrace. Vine, I love you. Every time those three words escaped her lips, it was like his heart bloomed all over again. Before he could reply, a knock at the door disturbed them as a maid spoke. Maid, sir, Mr. Minhu is here. I have asked them to wait in the lounge. Jungkook, all right. Why? Why is he here at this hour? Jungkook shrugged and got up, helping her up as well. Him and Wine went out to greet their friend, who greeted them back nicely. Minho, I'm sorry guys for disturbing you at this hour. I kinda needed your help. He looked at Wine with pleading eyes. Wine, don't look at me like you messed something up and want me to handle it. The face Minho made cleared her doubts, and she sighed, taking a seat. Jungkook, keep my five out of it and grow up. For how long you want her to handle your stupid mess? Minho, you don't always have to be so direct, bro. Jungkook took a seat beside Ryan. His arm went around her. His presence was itself dominant and dangerous. Ward had never seen him talking nicely to anyone beside Minho and Ryan. Ryan, he's joking. Don't mind him. Jungkook, I'm not. Ryan glared at him and he finally shut up, gesturing at a maid to bring over some snacks, since he knew Minho was never going down simply with juice. Minho liked the girl, and both of them were well aware of it. Well, apparently, the girl for the first time showed at signs of interest in him and wanted to hang out with him, but he casually told her he had a meeting. Now, he was panicking because what if she never contacts him again? Vine was quite patient, telling him it was not a big deal. Minho tried to avoid Jungkook's eyes. The man was with experience having a wife, and he looked at Minho like he was the dumbest person to ever exist on the planet Earth. Vine, I can't believe he was panicking over such a small thing, she said once Minho left. Jungkook, apparently, my lady, not everyone is as sweet as you. There were bigger chances that he was panicking for the real thing. Vine, I see. Am I too easy on you? Shall I toughen up a bit? She teased and he raised a brow. Her face morphed into pain, and joke or not, it dropped Jungkook's heart. Before she could react, he held her. The next moment, she coughed out, clutching her heart. Her eyes started to roll back as she coughed out blood. Jungkook's inside shattered. He had no time to process. One moment they were laughing, the next moment he was on his feet, rushing to doctor with his wife in his arms, who seemed in a critical condition. More blood started to come out of her. Her body went numb and turned cold like it was a corpse he held in his arms. There was pain in his eyes, a million dreams shattering every time she coughed out blood. Heart rate slowed, and he felt like he was falling back into the abyss of darkness. The way to doctor, and as they took her to check up, it went all in a haze. Everything spun around Jungkook as he finally had the time to process what was happening. She was fine a moment ago, and right in his arms she collapsed in a worse way. He didn't know what was wrong with her, but he surely knew himself. His insides were a mess, eyes unfocused, the red veins visible as he found himself standing outside the room where they took her. Red. He saw red all around him. No one gets to hurt her. No one gets to touch a strand on her hair. He was going to burn the world if something was to happen to her. His insides filled up with rage as his shaky hands gripped onto his hair and pulled onto them. His vision wouldn't clear up. It was red and dizzy as he heard her giggles. What was wrong with her? He needed his answers. It was based on pure luck that the doctor stepped out of the room right that instant because Junko was too close to demolish the whole building if he was asked to wait another minute. Doctor, it's poison. We have stopped it from spreading into her body, but we cannot remove it. It's a rare type, something we have not seen. It seems like it was created specifically for this purpose. Its speed rate was too quick, yet we have managed to slow it down. Jungkook. And, Doctor, the antidote doesn't exist. Even if we are to get the best scientists, it will take them time to conduct experiments to create one. She can't wait. The poison is slowly spreading. Jungkook took a step forward. His eyes were red, hands balled into fists, afraid they might commit something destructive. Jungkook, slow it down. I'll get you the antidote. Remember, doctor, she dies, the world dies. To be continued.